The Psychic Sisters arc officially comes to an end in this chapter. And I don't know about you, but I'm always hungry for a good heist story. Actually, I'm kind of just hungry in general. Okay, you wait here and watch this, and I'm gonna go get something to eat. I'm gonna be cleaning up spaghetti for weeks.
Fubuki!
So it turns out that the entire Psychic Sisters arc was really about how they cooperated to pull off an elaborate heist. In the previous chapters, we saw Tatsumaki's role in the scheme, and in this chapter, we finally get an answer to my one burning question. Why did Tatsumaki need Fubuki for her plan? There's a lot to talk about, so let's get right into it. In chapter 176, we get a flashback where we see Tatsumaki recruiting Fubuki into a secret plan. The spaghetti was amazing. From this initial sequence, we can start to infer the mission at hand. Intercept the Tsukuyomi agent at the Hero Association HQ and prevent him from acquiring Psychos. Remove Psychos from captivity and bring to a secure location. So, let's take a look at how they intended to pull this off and see if we can figure out what's going on. Assuming everything was going to plan, it looks like the intent was as follows.
Step 1.
Fubuki and her gang intercept the Tsukuyomi agent, who we later identify as Mr. Apollo, while he's in the process of acquiring Psychos from the Hero Association executives, who I just have to say really come across as sociopathic. Just really dark stuff. It's almost enough to take my appetite away.
Step 2.
Tatsumaki then smashes her way into the internment facility and begins directly engaging in combat with Apollo under the guise of wanting to destroy Psychos for being a dangerous monster. Her entry into the facility and the subsequent battle has the secondary consequence of releasing the imprisoned demon-level monsters on the floor below. Keep that in mind, it's going to be important later.
Step 3.
Now, the released monsters are destroyed, and Apollo is defeated, but this is where I think the plan starts to go a little bit off the rails. Because it was revealed that a Tsukuyomi spy had infiltrated the Fubuki group, which causes Tatsumaki to turn on the Fubuki group, which in turn causes Saitama to intervene. And blah blah blah, there's a ridiculous fight that tears the internment facility to shreds and causes massive destruction to the surrounding area. Whew. Okay, and now we're finally caught up to everything that happened before this chapter. Man, I could use an energy boost. So, in this chapter we discovered that there was yet another crucial mission objective. The sisters have to avoid any retribution from the Hero Association for causing such massive destruction and obliterating Metal Knight's secret weapons program. Otherwise, their careers as hero could very well be over. This, finally, is where Fubuki really comes into play.
Step 4.
Fubuki has a major asset on her side. She and her sister were already aware that the Hero Association was holding Psychos, a dangerous dragon-level threat, as a prisoner on site at HQ. And, more importantly, they know that the Hero Association executives were planning to sell off this threat to an unscrupulous third party for a large sum of money without even trying to understand what Tsukuyomi might be trying to do with her. If the public were to find out about this, it would be an epic scandal. So what Fubuki needs to do is get one of her group members, specifically this unnamed Mohawk guy, whose hero ability is being good at computers, I guess, to hack into the Hero Association's database and find hard evidence of their corruption, and then use this information to blackmail the Hero Association executives. Here's the deal. Fubuki will keep this scandal from leaking to the public, and in turn, the executives will conceal the fact that it was Tatsumaki who obliterated the internment facility, and that she also went on a rampage around HQ and through nearby cities. Ultimately, this is a good deal for the Hero Association. They get to hide their fraud, save face with the public, and keep their sweet, sweet funds pouring in. As for the sisters, they get exactly what they need to complete their mission.
Step 5.
McCoy agrees to let Tatsumaki scatter the monster remains outside of HQ in order to sell the story that all the damage was caused by demon-level monsters from the remnants of the Monster Association attacking the Hero Association HQ.
Step 6.
But what McCoy doesn't know is that Fubuki will be waiting outside HQ, ready to pluck Psychos out of a monster corpse where she was cleverly hidden in order to sneak her out of the base. Jeez, can you imagine what the inside of that car must smell like? I don't think I'm hungry anymore. So, the sisters get to keep Psychos out of the hands of Tsukuyomi, the Hero Association's public reputation stays intact, And best of all, nobody gets in trouble from the executives, who are clearly furious about the damage Tatsumaki inflicted. What I really love about the full reveal of the Psychic Sister's plan is how it retroactively explains Tatsumaki's reign of destruction from the very beginning. She needed to cause enough damage to release the captured monsters so that the splattered bodies could be used later. In retrospect, even Tatsumaki's fight with Saitama starts to make a lot more sense. While attacking him, she creates a huge tunnel that can be later used as an explanation for how Psychos could have escaped. And let's not forget this famous expression, which I originally found utterly fascinating. Makes so much more sense now. Tatsumaki was probably thrilled that Saitama was giving her a perfect excuse to tear the landscape apart, knowing that she could use it to better sell the monster attack cover story. But while Tatsumaki's wanton chaos had our attention for most of this mini-arc, Fubuki really was the star of this chapter. Her talents for Machiavellian tactics, deal-making, and manipulation were all on full display. And at the same time, her coming through for her sister, while utilizing the skills of the Fubuki group, really helped drive home the message from the previous chapter that relying on friends and loved ones can be a source of true strength. And that's why this was the best character moment of chapter 183. Not bad.
Honorable mentions. Gear Spur.
I truly never expected that this guy would be revealed as a likely spy for Tsukuyomi, and trying really hard to make people think Tsukuyomi is some kind of urban legend. For a guy who seemed so meek and harmless in the last arc, it's a really great twist.
McCoy.
I'd love to know what he's thinking in this panel here, as he's listening to Gearspur's explanation. Like all the other heroes, it sure doesn't seem like he's convinced, and I feel like he knows it's all bullshit. We already know from the Fubuki group that there are Tsukuyomi infiltrators in the Hero Association, and I think McCoy is smart enough to be on high alert for others. I'm really curious to know what he will do with this information.
Tatsumaki.
I can't ignore that final little victory of Tatsumaki talking her way into being the hero trusted by the Association to bring back Psychos, who is now officially on the lamp. It's a perfect close to the arc. Hi everyone, thank you so much for watching. We're still learning how to make this series into something that's fun and interesting, and we'll be trying out a lot of different things as we go. I just wanted to say I really appreciate anyone who's decided to stick with us as we figure it all out. Cheers!